Hey guys! So for today's video I'm going to be doing the Acne Tag, and I actually saw Cassandra Bankson, aka Diamonds and Heels 14 here on YouTube, do this on her channel, and so I decided to do it on mine as well. I really like the idea of this tag because I think it's really informative and it will help me to share some of my acne journey with you guys in case you were wondering. Acne has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember, and so I am excited to share some of this stuff with you guys, and I hope that it helps you out. So there are 7 questions, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So the first question is, when did you first start to get acne? And when I was in 6th grade, I remember looking in the mirror and I noticed that I had some acne spots developing on my nose. And then as I progressed through 6th grade a little bit more, I started noticing that I was getting them on my cheeks and on my forehead. And so I thought that because I was playing sports that was the reason why I was getting acne, because I was sweating all the time and I thought it was just clogging my pores all up. But even as I got into like my later middle school years, like 7th and 8th grade, I was still getting it. They were just very small. They weren't like cystic acne or anything, but they were still there. And so I definitely realized that at that point I had gone into my acne years and there was no coming back. So definitely 6th grade, I would say I first started to get it. The second question is, what are the first acne products you remember using? And I remember very early on I used that Neutrogena face wash, like the orange colored one, the one that everybody with acne started to use, and I didn't really like it very much. I heard very great things about it, but when I tried it I felt like it didn't really do anything for me, so I just stopped using it and I let my brother use it instead. And then after that face wash I moved on to like an acne system, kind of like Proactive, except it was called Acne Free, and I think it was the same price as Proactive, like 20 bucks, except you could actually get it in like Walmart or Target or something like that. You didn't have to actually call for it or get it out of like a kiosk in the mall. Have you guys ever seen those Proactive kiosks where you like it dispenses your Proactive products? So yeah, I bought it at Walmart and I was going to faithfully use it. Like I was very excited about it. I felt like this is gonna be it. And then I used it for a week and it just didn't really do what I wanted it to. I thought it was gonna be a whole lot better, and I remember it making my face feel very dry and like almost like it was too harsh for my skin. So I just kind of put it aside and never used it again. So 20 bucks wasted. And then after that acne system, I remember trying a brand called Physoderm, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that brand before. It's a really old brand. It's been around for a long time, and my mom was trying to give me suggestions on like good brands that I could use for my face to help heal my acne, and she mentioned Physoderm, that it was around when she was younger and it was really good. So I went to the store and I bought a Physoderm foaming face wash, and I ended up using that one for a really long time because it really made my skin feel really soft. I don't remember exactly how it helped with my acne. I eventually stopped using it, so I think it just didn't exactly do what I wanted it to, but it was really great with making my face feel good. It just wasn't really doing what I needed it to do for my acne. So those are like the first acne products I remember using. It seems like so long ago, but since then I've wasted my money on even more products that didn't end up working for me, so yeah. The third question is, where did you get or where have you gotten acne in the past? And I have largely had it on my face, but I also started to get it on my chest and my shoulders and my back as well. I remember in 10th grade I started to get huge pimples on my chest, and so every single day to school I would wear like turtlenecks or just shirts that came up very high so it would hide all of that stuff. I was completely embarrassed and my self-esteem was so low because people were getting them on their face in 10th grade, but I felt like I was the only person that had it on my chest. And I probably wasn't, but it was just my self-esteem just wasn't quite there. Also, what's interesting is I would occasionally get a pimple on my leg, like a really huge one. I don't know if I'm the only person that this has happened to. I feel like probably not, but it just seems weird to me to get pimples on your legs. So I've had them pretty much everywhere, which is weird, but what are you gonna do? The fourth question is, when did you start to see a doctor and what did they recommend? So in 7th grade, like I said, when I was getting those really small acne spots, I started to ask my pediatrician for some topical treatments, and so he prescribed me with some benzocaine, and then I tried Differin as well, and when both of those didn't really help my acne as much as I wanted them to, I decided that it was best if I just start to see a dermatologist. And I was a little bit nervous about starting with that because I didn't want to be going under any like intense regimens or anything like that, but it actually wasn't too bad to start off. When I went to the dermatologist for the first time, he did prescribe me with some topical treatments to start off, and they weren't working, so then he decided to put me on some oral medications like pills. And so he prescribed me some Dorix and spironolactone, and those are actually two very intense pills. Not as intense as Accutane. Accutane is like crazy, like drying out your skin, your muscles are sore, it's craziness. So this was like a step below that, but it was actually very scary to me because they were intense enough that they were giving me like 2 periods a month, and 1 is enough as a woman per month. 2 is just ridiculous, so he kept having to lower my dosage. It was just very confusing. And one of the times I went into the office, he started talking to me about putting me on birth control as well with these 2 other pills, because if I were to get pregnant while on these pills and my baby was a boy, he would have like severe deformities, which scared me so much. I wasn't going to get pregnant because I didn't have a boyfriend. I wasn't like sexually active or anything like that, but it just scared me a lot. And so I was contemplating being put on the birth control pill, and I decided that I'm only 16 years old. Why am I going to be put on 3 medications at 16 years old? I think that I should wait till I'm 80 or 90 to start that kind of stuff. So I declined the birth control pill, and every time I went into the office, he made sure to tell me that I could get pregnant and my babies could have deformities if I were to have sex with a man. So it just, every time I went into the office, it was like a constant reminder, and I felt like he really wanted me to be on birth control, but still I was like, nah, I'm good. So it's been a very long journey, and I'm actually still on one of those pills, the spironolactone, to this day, like 4 years later. So it's been very crazy. I'm finally at a point now where I feel like my skin is where I want it to be, so it's great, and hopefully in the next couple of months I will be off of all the medications. That will be a great day. The 5th question is, when was the first time your skin was teased or brought up in a conversation? And I was never really teased because of my acne. I felt like a lot of the people around me had acne as well, so I didn't feel like so misunderstood. But I do remember this one time that I was in class and my face was really, really dry that day. Like, these topical acne treatments and medications that I was taking were really taking a toll on my skin, and so I definitely needed to use a moisturizer, but I wasn't using it enough. And so this one day I went into class and my skin was basically peeling off of my face. And I was really embarrassed and self-conscious enough about it, but then this one kid looked over at me and he was like, "Oh my gosh, your face is peeling so bad." And I just got very upset about it because he pointed it out and I was already self-conscious about it. I don't know why he couldn't have just kept that to himself. Like, if you want to think in your mind that my face is dry, go ahead and do it, but don't specifically directly say that to my face, because that's just really rude. So for the rest of the day, I just kept thinking about it, and it really did hurt my feelings. And so I went out, I bought a moisturizer, my face started to look better, so no more making fun of the dryness of my face, which was great. But most of the time I covered up my acne with like foundation and powder and stuff like that, so people didn't really know that I had a lot of acne. I'm sure that you could see them because they were raised, but it wasn't too bad with the teasing, which is good, because I hate when people tease other people. It makes me so sad. The sixth question is, what over-the-counter product helped you the most? And I definitely think that that was the Clean and Clear Morning Burst Detoxifying Facial Cleanser. And I actually did a review on this face wash, and I talked about everything that I really love about it. So I will put that link in the description below, and you can watch that if you want to. I definitely think that if you have acne, it is going to be really beneficial to you. When I bought it, I didn't really know how it was going to work because it wasn't specifically targeted to help acne, but when I used it, I noticed that it was really helpful to me. Like, I would have a breakout one day, and then I would wash my face with it at night, and then I would wake up in the morning and it was basically gone. Like, it was on its way to being completely gone, which was amazing. I know that in the past when I've purchased face washes, I usually don't get through a whole bottle without wanting to stop using it. So like I said, I've been wasting my money so much on all of these products that didn't work for me, but this one I've literally repurchased like 4 times already, and I'm going to keep repurchasing it as long as it works for me. Question number 7, the final question, is what natural product, treatment, regimen, or lifestyle change has helped you the most? And I have to say that just trying to stress less, I'm a poet and I didn't know it, has really helped out my skin a lot. I used to be the kind of person that stressed over everything. Everything in my life caused me some tension. And so I just try to do like some yoga or some breathing exercises now to just relax me a little bit, because it's not worth it sweating the small stuff. It's really not, and I have learned that the hard way because my skin suffered from it. So another thing that I try to do a lot of is drink a lot of water. And this has been hard for me, but water is great at detoxing the body and getting out all of the nastiness from our skin. And so it can really help clear up your skin if you drink enough water a day, like 8 glasses, is that what they say? So definitely try to do that. It has helped me out a little bit, and I think that it will help you guys out as well. So guys, that is going to be it for my acne tag, but if you guys have any questions about anything acne related, products that I've used, how I dealt with acne, anything at all, don't hesitate to leave a comment and I will be sure to answer any of the questions that you guys have, okay? Alright, so I think that's going to be it for today, but I hope that you guys have an absolutely terrific day, and I will see you in my next video.